Well, welcome, Nicolas. I'm really happy that you're joining us today for this interview looking back at a 10-year impact and a wonderful partnership. You are Nicolas Bos, the President and CEO of Van Cleef Arpels and Board Member of FEDORA. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Pleasure, Adilia. Nice to be here. 10 years, wow.
So Nicolas, tell us, why did Van Cleef Arpels decide to create and build the FEDORA Van Cleef Arpels Dance Prize, and what makes this partnership so unique?
But there's many reasons behind that collaboration. Van Cleef Arpels as a jewelry house has actually a strong history shared with the world of dance and choreography. Dance as an inspiration, one of the most iconic series of jewels that we've created over the decades are actually a representation of ballerinas that are worn as brooches, and we found them, across the decades and the generations. I think a lot of the members of the founding family, the Arpels family, loved dance and ballet, and we are quite close to a few institutions. And there's a moment in that history that is very important for us, which is in 1967, when Georges Balanchine was a friend of Claude Arpels, created a ballet called Jules that was inspired by precious stones and his personal friendship with the Arpels family and his knowledge of jewelry. So it's quite a long history, and we've been renewing along the years and the decades the ways we can, in return, support that world of dance. And when Jérôme Zisnis, whom we knew from Venice and his other activities, came to us saying he was relaunching that prize and he wanted to include dance and choreography in the overall initiative, we felt it was an important possibility for us and a good timing to work together. And this is how we started until we gave the first prize in 2015.
Nicolas, why do you think it is important to support and nurture new innovative dance creations?
I think from the very origin and the very early discussions that we had together, it was a unique way of looking at cultural support. Firstly, it was the idea to really support creations and new creations that were in the making, so before they were even launched. It was the idea that to support creation that would travel in Europe or internationally, and that would be co-produced by different institutions. And this is something that we really liked, the idea that there was a collaborative aspect in the work that would be supported. And the third element, very importantly, is that from the very beginning, there was a decision to select an international jury that was led at the time by Nicolas Bos, that would choose the winners of the prize. And for us, it's an important aspect because we don't want to go by a subjective choice. Although we have our tastes and we love the world of dance and choreography, when it's about corporate support, it's very important that there is consistency, that there is legitimacy, and that the choices are professional. And along the years, the succession of the different winners has shown that there is really an alternance and that there is a complementarity between the different proposals. And for the anecdote, the first choice, I remember in 2015, the jury couldn't really make up his mind between some proposals that were really about cutting-edge contemporary dance and some proposals that were more in the field of classical ballet. And as you remember, they actually decided to split the prize and award half of it to a new production of Sleeping Beauty with La Scala, and half of it to a brand new creation that was actually in Switzerland. So that was quite an interesting start, and it's true that it enabled that prize to be referenced by the whole world of dance and choreography, regardless of their style. And I'm more than confident that now, under the leadership of Ingrid Lorentzen, that will continue and we will still have a very, very demanding and a very professional jury.
What impact do you think is being achieved in the dance sector through the FEDORA prizes?
I think the FEDORA prize has a very direct impact. It's supporting creations that probably wouldn't see the light if not for that financial help. And I think that more than that, it is now part of a set of initiatives that are widely identified by choreographers, by institutions, by dance companies that know that they can find some help and that actually come and offer some new projects. So I think it's also offering more than financial support, a lot of interest, and for them the assurance that their work, their projects, will actually be seen by important experts from that world of dance and choreography.
It's a wonderful opportunity indeed to expose these works, and for us it's always a great pleasure to see the application come in described with words and then to actually a couple of years later see it come to life on stage. So it's really a journey also for us to see the creative work come to life. And what do you think Van Cleef & Arpels can learn from the dance sector, institutions and artists?
But there are a lot of commonalities between both worlds, although they are not necessarily immediately apparent. I think that both activities are very creative, very collective. They are about hard work and precision and repetition, and they cannot stand any failure or imperfection. So I think they inspire each other. And for us, it's not about a one-way support or an inspiration taken from another category of art. It's really about a two-way dialogue. And we've had the opportunities many times now to have choreographers, dancers coming to our studios, coming to our different departments to meet with the craftsmen, to sometimes learn and understand about precious stones when it's something that is going to inspire them. For instance, when there is a new production of Jules, the famous piece by Balanchine. And on the other hand, it's always a great pleasure to bring designers or craftsmen to the dance studio or the stage to better understand the quality of a movement or to talk with actually dancers.
It's an absolute dialogue and mutually inspiring journey.
It is, and there is another aspect which is something that I love, is that what we do in the world of jewelry is creating everlasting pieces. Piece of jewelry by nature, it's something that's going to last forever. In dance, it's pretty much the opposite. You try to create an ephemeral moment, but that's going to be absolutely memorable. And I love this kind of contrast and combination between the two.
It's a beautiful way of contrasting both, yes. That's what makes this prize also so special, because we accompany them on the creation part and help them realize their work. And I think that makes also the relationship between the artists and the institutions and the FEDORA community so special, because we're at their side before the journey starts, before we reach our seats to watch the performance on stage.
And this is also thanks to you and your team, Edilia, because you managed to keep that community, as you say, and this is a reality, and to maintain this long-term relationship beyond the time where we give the prize. So it's not just something that is for 1 year, it's pretty much forever.
What are your wishes for FEDORA on its 10th anniversary?
Many, many wishes. Wishes of success, wishes of many more decades to come. Wishes of a happy birthday. And quite, I must say, a lot of admiration, because we started with 2 prizes and it was already very ambitious, dance and opera. Now you've managed to add at least 2 more between digital and education. And I think you have a lot of additional projects in the future. So I think it's already quite an achievement. And what I wish for the prize is really to confirm itself in the future as an international reference in that world of dance and choreography, with a long-term support and long-term commitment, really understood and appreciated by all the actors of that category. And I think we are really on a good way for that.
Absolutely, and actually the prize, the way it's also conceived, that we're encouraging people before they have created their next success, is a very special prize category to have conceived, because it's about believing in someone's potential and in the dreams that they will then realize for the audience to be inspired tomorrow. And we're extremely grateful for all the support, and for especially you for believing in this since the very beginning, and to continuously also help us develop the initiative further also as a board member. And I'm very much looking forward also, together with the entire board and the FEDORA team, to continue this journey together and to support the next generation of talent in the years to come.
It will be my pleasure. We will be there. Thank you, Edilia.
Thank you, Nicolas.